The other day I was working on a project where I had two long lists. I had a long list of items with serial numbers on them, and they wanted me to add another list, which each was equally as long, but it had serial numbers on the other on it as well. I wanted to make sure that these lists were not duplicated in any way. So this is what I did. The first thing I did is I selected the long list, the serial number in the long list, and I named it in the name range, and I named it Lookup List. Okay, and so now what I did is I went to the next sheet. I want to check, make sure that none of these serial numbers exist in the other sheet. So what I did is I went and I inserted another column here, and then I used the match function to check if it was in the other. So we go equals, and we go match, and then we select the number beside the one that you're on, and then what we're going to do is we're going to have it look in that lookup list that we just created. So I'm starting to type lookup, and look, there it is as a named range here, so that's handy. And so then I would like an exact match, so then I'm going to put 0 on here, and then I'm going to end the bracket, and I'm going to press enter. Okay, it wasn't found there, so this is a long list. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click onto that value. Now I'm going to double click the fill handle in the bottom right hand corner, and there you see that these numbers do exist, and it gives you the line number that they are. So if I want to copy this all to the other list, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this column that I've just created, I'm going to call it found, just so that I can put a filter on it. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to the data tab, and I'm selecting the filter. So I'm going to drop down the filter here, and I want to select everything that doesn't say NA. So these are all recording line numbers that they exist on the other sheet. So, and then I'm going to take off for the NA, and I'll say OK. And so these are the ones that exist in the other sheet. So I can select these ones that are listed here with the line numbers beside it, and I can press delete. So I'm going to right click on here, and I'm going to go delete row. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the NA and say OK. So now what I did first of all, I take off my filter, and then I deleted this row here because it's not important anymore. So now I just delete or select from here to the bottom, and Control C, and I know these ones are not contained in the other sheet. So I'm going to go to the bottom, I'm going to click on that cell, and I'm going to press enter. So there I have added two sheets of data together, and I know that each number is unique using the match function. Please subscribe.